Player to watch tonight. Chase has been hot for this offense and continues to be, and he's going to need to do that some more tonight as the San Diego Padres come to town. And really, you look at these two teams, since the All-Star break, it's been two different things. The San Diego Padres are the hottest team in baseball since the All-Star break. The Guardians have not been there. But both of these teams, to me, becomes an eighth inning game, and I'm going to tell you why. The two best closers in all of baseball, in my opinion, are on this field. Obviously, for the Guardians, you have Cade Smith, and on the other side for San Diego, Mason Miller, who came over from the A's last year to the Padres. They both possess 100-mile-per-hour fastballs, but look at the numbers. They're so close, it's impossible not to look at it. 30 saves out of 31 opportunities for Mason Miller, 93 strikeouts. The opponent's batting average is 1.38 for him, 212 for Cade Smith. The whip is impossible, and when you look at the colleges they went to, neither went to big schools. Neither were thought of very much, but they don't walk guys. They strike out guys. It's not all about the appearances that they come out and the lights going on and off. They do the job when the job matters. I talked to a couple of our hitters, and they said when you look at video of Mason Miller, it looks like you're looking at a video game. It doesn't look like real baseball. And on our side, we know Cade Smith may say 98, 99, but with his extension and the way he handles himself and keeps pressure off of himself, there's no one else like him in baseball. So my key to the game, score early, score often, because there's two of the best bullpens in baseball, two best closers in baseball. When we come back, the big rig is on the mound for the good guys. Michael King is on the mound for the Padres. Should be a good one. Buckle up. Matt Ricker in the box, and we're ready to go.
In hands you trust.
What a game by Gavin. You can't ask for anything better. Swing and a miss. He goes down hacking.
5 straight starts of double-digit Ks.
How about 9 pitches, and he strikes out the side.
He's got no-hit stuff, perfect game stuff every time he takes them out.
He could be on another planet the way he just pitched. Gavin Williams has been outstanding. And we welcome you into Progressive Field, where the Cleveland Guardians take on the San Diego Padres tonight, and Gavin Williams will face a red-hot Padre lineup.
Yeah, and the big rig starting for the 25th time. He has an 11-6 record, a 355 earned run average. Now, at home, 5 of those wins have come here. He's got a brilliant 285 earned run average in his 12 starts at home this year. This will be his second start against the Padres in his career. You got to go back to 24 to be his first one, but they're going to see a different animal on that mound tonight.
Let's take a look at Craig Stammen's starting lineup for San Diego. Fernando Tatis will lead it off. He's been a blaze of late. Jake Cronenworth in the 2-hole. Manny Machado batting third. Ty France hits cleanup. Jackson Merrill is fifth, and Luis Campusano will bat sixth. And then Gavin Sheets, the DH, batting seventh. Xander Bogaerts eighth, and Luis Rengifo is hitting ninth.
And defensively for the Guards tonight looks like this. In the outfield, Martinez will be in left, helping the center fielder DeLauder over in right. Haynow is at third base. Rocchio is at short. Zana at second. Lowe is at first, and Bailey doing the catching tonight.
The umpires tonight, Shane Leivensbarger is your first base, or your home plate umpire. Adam Hammery is down at first. Todd Tishner, the crew chief, at second. Tyler Jones is your third base umpire. And as they say, there's a first time for everything. Rick Manning has never been ejected from the game until right now. Hammery gave him the heave-ho.
That's the first time I think I've been set up, and this was coming. We haven't seen him. I think the last time we saw him was in Tampa.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to wait for the letter from the commissioner. I'm going to pay a fine.
He heard what you said about him, and he was not happy. All right, so here we go. Fernando Tatis digs in. Gavin Williams fires, and the first pitch fastball sails up and in for ball one. Tatis is in some pretty exclusive company this year. He, along with PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong, and Bobby Witt of Kansas City, are the only players in the big leagues with 100 or more hits, 10 or more homers, 25 or more stolen bases.
And remember, this guy didn't hit a home run for the first, 50 games or something like that. It was a long time.
But But lately, he has been playing more like the face of the franchise, the guy that signed the gargantuan contract that they committed to. Takes a strike. It's 3-1. From the get-go, he's been a guy that everyone has lauded all of his skills.
Oh, yes. Good pitch.
That just nicked the outside corner. He challenged it.
Yeah, he did. That was a resistance challenge, especially 3-1 count. Even if it's a strike, you have another pitch to go, and it is a strike. So you lose one right there in that setting. That's a bad challenge, but they're down to one now.
ABS powered by T-Mobile, and you're right, Rick. I mean, I think we've seen the Guardians start to really rein it in as far as the challenges.
Yeah, the situation.
Check. He did not go, and he draws the walk anyway. Well, let's take a look, Rick, at our Toyota keys to the game. I think for Gavin Williams, like every pitcher against this lineup, you want to throw strikes from in front.
Especially the way they've been swinging it, yes. Strike first, try and score first against this team. You know, since the end of May, they're 12-23 on the road. They haven't been playing good on the road, so hopefully you can get an early lead and take a little pressure off of Gavin.
Jake Cronenworth has batted .270 over his last 38 games, so that's where he's at right now, swinging the bat. Tatis with 28 steals. He's also been caught a dozen times.
Yeah, I mean, he has it, but the Padres, they're third in the league. They have 123. They have more than us. They've been caught 32 times. But, the big rig, remember, he's got quick feet over there at first base, and he can throw over there at any moment.
Oh, 1-ball, 2-strike count now for Cronenworth. San Diego won all 3 against Cleveland a year ago, and over the last 3 years, they've won 7 of 9 against the Guardians. Quick throw over, but Tatis able to get back with a head-first dive. The remarkable turnaround that San Diego has seen so far this year has happened in season. You go back to the All-Star break, they were dead last in the majors, averaging less than 4 runs per ball game. But since then, they're averaging better than 5 runs a game. And in their last 19 games, they've gone 15-4 with 19 homers in those 19 games, and they're batting .280 as a team.
Yeah, they hit with runners in scoring position as well.
But I think the home runs are big, Matt and Rick, because you look at it, Cronenworth hasn't really hit the power
in the air. Bazana backs up. He's there.
He hasn't hit with the power that was expected from him, and you talked about it. Tatis didn't hit any for the first 50-plus games. So you look at it, those two guys at the top of the lineup, and we put Machado there, their power guys weren't hitting with power.
Right. It's different now. Merrill's been the one that you got to watch out for. He's the one to target.
It's not like this came out of nowhere from the standpoint of the talent is indisputable. Tatis, Machado, Jackson Merrill, I mean, Xander Bogaerts. Right. You knew what they had. It's just that it didn't click for whatever reason for a long time.
I read somewhere this morning, they said it's not even anything technical. They feel like it's just the vibes. When they're not playing well, they have one of those type of teams that they need somebody to kind of pick them up. But when they're winning, everything is going great.
Well, they're scoring runs,
right.
Just like any other team in the big leagues. They've got a great place at home to play. They take advantage of it.
Close play this time.
Nice. That's one thing that we have to do. We have to pick it up at home. We've got to, take care of our own field, man. He didn't get back quickly, but you see that made it a lot closer.
Tatis held by Nathaniel Lowe at first. And Machado takes a strike.
They played well in interleague play as well. 21-14. And they've got, what, 4 more games against interleague teams. Back to back, though. I mean, home and a road against Tampa. That's going to be interesting.
High pop. And Nathaniel Lowe barely has to move at first base, and he makes the catch 2-down. You know, Rick, it's one of the, I don't know if you call it a problem. It is what it is. It's geography. But when you're San Diego and you have an off day and you're traveling east, it's not much of an off day.
No.
But yesterday ended a streak of 16 games in 16 days. 26 games out of their last 27 days. So they were really, the players anywhere, were really looking forward to having an off day, even though it consisted of getting on a plane and having to fly to Cleveland.
And they'll have the next 5 Thursdays off as well, going on, moving forward. So, you know, they went through their tough stretch and they played their best baseball doing it. This is a guy that's been pretty consistent for him too all year long. He's never hit a slump really. 295 average, 17 homers, 51 ribbies. Been consistent. Playing a lot of first base. People thought they were going to lose him when they made their trades, picking up a couple of good starting pitchers before the trading deadline.
They thought he would be a guy teams would want because he's a right-handed hitter.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about his defense later, and we can get into it, but he says his trip to Minnesota helped him become a Gold Glove type first baseman because he went off the same script that Carlos Santana had when he was in Minnesota.
But he'd be the only one out taking grounders then at first.
Well, you remember when Ty France was in Seattle?
Yeah.
He became kind of the whiff king. He struck out over 100 times, 3 times in 4 seasons with the Mariners. But you look at where he's at right now, and while the 76 strikeouts seems like a lot, they have 3 guys who are already over 100 strikeouts.
But the thing of it is, with his swing inside out and goes the other way, you get caught into the home run ball. With Seattle, with Minnesota, those teams try to hit home runs. They strike out a lot, so you fall into that category. This guy's a much better hitter, and when you get around good hitters, you'll go the other way and use the whole field.
And he can drive runs in when he's going well.
Oh, yes, he can. I mean, he's a tough out when you get guys in scoring position.
His best year was when he knocked in 83 back in 22 with Seattle. But so far this year, 51 runs batted in, very respectable, sandwiched in between Machado and Merrill.
Nice place to be.
2-2. He goes the other way, just as you said.
There you go.
Into right field. Tatis all the way to third. And the Padres have runners at the corners with 2 down.
And that's what he does when you get to 2 strikes. Instead of swinging for the fences, you just take what is given. And that's not an easy at-bat going up against Gavin Williams, right-handed. That's a 2-seamer he left upstairs. Made it a little easier for him to take it the other way. So he keeps the inning going now with 2 outs, runners at the corners. Now you're facing the hottest hitter that they have in the lineup.
Yeah, Jackson Merrill, I mean, this is kind of unbelievable. Not only does he have a 7-game hitting streak, but he has a 7-game RBI streak. And not to mention 6 straight games with at least 1 extra base hit.
Yeah, 17 to 18 games he's hit in, 380 average, 5 dingers, 18 ribbies. He's been on a roll, and he's been getting on some high fastballs. This is one, even though he's left-handed, he's been getting on top of them.
Yanks that foul.
You know, this kid's 23 or younger. You know, he's one of those young kids that can really go. You can see since the break, 343 average.
The last Padre, age 23 or younger, to have an RBI in at least 7 straight games was Carmelo Martinez. Back
Remember
in
him?
1984, I do.
Yeah.
He had an 8-game RBI streak for San Diego. The 1-2. And a hard hit ball. Nice play at first base by Nathaniel Lowe. He just stole a base hit and at least a run from the Padres with a Gold Glove play to end the top half of the first, and the Guardians are coming to bat. Stephen Vogel's starting lineup brought to you by Progressive. Stephen Kwan leading it off in a rare designated hitter appearance. Chase DeLauder bats second, Angel Martinez third. Nathaniel Lowe, Travis Bazzana, and Angel Henao in the middle. Petey Halpin, Patrick Bailey, and Brian Rocchio bats ninth. Right-hander Michael King. This is low and away, ball 1. He's been on some kind of roll. The scary thing about Michael King is as well as he has pitched of late, he doesn't think he's there yet. Yeah. He said that sinker command not quite where I need it to be.
Well, let's hope not, because I'll tell you, he's pitched very well against us in the time he has faced us. Remember starting with the Yankees, coming out of the bullpen, going over to San Diego, and in 2 starts, he's 2-0. He does have a save in his career, a couple of holds, and a .4 ERA. I'll tell you, he's pitched well against us. I hope the sinker doesn't work tonight.
There was a front door 2-seam fastball, and I guess it's just maybe he's just going off the numbers, Rick, because a year ago opponents batted 209 against that 2-seam fastball. This year they're hitting 266.
A lot of pitchers have gone to the more 2-seamers. You know, they take less of the 4-seamer. They get that movement. That was a pretty good pitch right there.
And a challenge. Camposano is saying, hey, let's roll the dice here. If he misses, they're out of challenges the rest of the way.
That's true.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. He's got to feel strongly about it, and yeah, with good reason.
It looked like a good pitch. That's a pitch he loves to throw too, is that changeup. He throws that as much as he does the 2-seamer. So it obviously looks a lot alike. It's just that that ball never gets there. And how many people are throwing the changeup now?
Stephen Kwan lays off that 2-seam fastball. Again, he tried to go front hip. You know, they try to go that front door 2-seam fastball. Left-handed hitters tend to give up on it, try to sneak it over that inside corner, but he missed with it. And so Kwani is aboard to start for Cleveland.
And he is making his 25th start of the season. That's a team lead for San Diego. Just a 7-8 record, but a .337 earned run average. But he's been the guy that's been there all year.
Second. Cronenworth goes to second base for one. The relay throw not quite in time. Bogart's unable to turn 2. But there is one down here in the first.
Yeah, it's a tough way to turn it because he's all the way over in the hole. He saves a hit, and Bogey just couldn't get it over there in time. So he beats it out.
It's a heck of a play by Cronenworth.
Yeah, it was.
It's been interesting. They've had Machado on the cut of the grass on each hitter. And you know, every team scouts guys differently, but we haven't seen. Look where.
Yeah, he's way in. Well, that's fine.
A huge hole for Angel because you got Bogarts up the middle, and then you got Machado inside third base on the cut.
Well, you love that as a left-handed hitter, but if you go that way, there's a lot of room at shortstop. You could hit a routine ball and get it through there.
The hop, Matt. That hop.
Well, you see, they don't look at him as a base stealer. But when he gets that hop and they don't pay attention to him, he can go. He's got 8 stolen bases out of 10.
And this could be a double play ball, and it is. No score after 1. Guardians TV is presented by Progressive. Second inning, no score, 79 degrees at game time tonight. Just a beautiful evening.
This sure is. Big night, rock and blast after the game tonight and tomorrow.
Luis Camposano leads off for San Diego. Camposano, I tell you what, Arch, this guy quietly is maybe one of the best, if not the best, offensive catcher in baseball with the numbers he's putting up.
Their duo right now is playing very well. Also, they have Freddie Fermin back there. He used to play with Kansas City. He's a good defender, and he's starting to pick up the offense a little bit, but this guy's been very consistent.
Field, but there is DeLauder, one down.
Well, there will be a second Rock and Blast presented by Echo Health. That'll be tomorrow after the game. There's also a City Connect sling bag giveaway for 15,000 fans. Thanks to Cleveland Museum of Natural History. You can get your tickets, cleguardians.com. Yeah, see if we can get the big rig and get back in that zone. He had 25 pitches in that first inning.
Gavin Sheets, the San Diego designated hitter. Nice. He's a big swinger, but Rick, you know what's interesting? I don't know, again, maybe being in San Diego's enabled him to look at the game through a different lens. He's drawn 16 walks in his last 29 games. In those last 29 games, he's hit a .116, but thanks to the 16 walks, the on-base percentage is .284. He grounds out here, 2 away.
Well, Matt, Rick needs to go to the booth over and tell him he needs some copyrights. They've taken your call from you, brother.
Well, I got in trouble for mine.
They've made it into a whole thing in San Diego.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Probably on T-shirts and everything.
That's West Coast.
Xander Bogaerts with 2 down on the bases empty takes a fastball strike. Again, Bogaerts, you look at the season numbers and not a whole lot to get excited about. But like so many of his brethren in that lineup, he's reached base safely in 45 of his last 55 games.
You know, and this is a guy that's got a big contract, and they signed him to a long term, and he's hitting 8th in that lineup. And you always thought he was a tremendous player with Boston. You know, going the other way, had a lot of power, but he's still there. This is a tough number 8 hitter with a lot of experience.
Trying to hold up, but he went 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the appeal, he did not go. Full count. Another walk, second issued by Gavin. That's something that he's really done a much better job of.
Well, the veteran hitters now, though, you know, they don't get aggressive. Those veteran hitters will take a walk.
You took the words from me, and maybe I thought it was just me, but I feel like they've been more patient the first time through than anybody we've seen against Gavin, because usually guys are swinging at that fastball early and often against him.
Well, that's true. But you know what? You hear he's got a good sweeper. Make him throw it for strikes the first time through and prove that he can throw it for a strike, and then they'll be swinging at it. But veteran hitters, they'll take their walks.
Here is Luis Rengifo, former Angel, former Brewer.
Yeah, they keep him out on the West Coast.
Yeah, he didn't work out with the Brewers too well. That's how he ended up out here.
He's the West Coast guy.
Right field, DeLauder dives, can't come up with it. On the way to third goes Bogarts. Rengifo holding at first. Great effort by DeWater. It looked like he did get the glove under the ball, but just didn't stick.
Yeah, it was sort of a late slide, but he made the decision to come after it, so it's no harm. He was off and running anyway. If he makes that play, then you have a double play. And there it is. Now it just got under. He was about a foot short of catching that ball, but it's okay. It's still first and third. You have a double play intact. But now you're back to the top of the line.
You've got to deal with Fernando Tatis. And a fastball, rather a breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for a strike.
He slid hard into third base. That left leg, he was limping a little bit. I don't know if it's bothering, but something to watch if he gets out of the box.
If he smells a hit, I bet he does. No, he's just jogging. That's a double play. Oh, 2 outs.
He played
So
3 outs.
that'll end the inning. Midway through the second, no score.
View safety info at inspiresleep.com.
Leading off the bottom of the second for Cleveland, first baseman number 46, Nathaniel Lowe.
No score. Bottom of the second inning, and Nathaniel Lowe leads off for Cleveland. Last 4 games, Lowe is 1 for 11. But he's back in his happy place because in this ballpark, he's played 18 games and he's hit .348.
He likes the backdrop, huh? Well, good.
Takes down and in. 2 balls and a strike. 13 homers, 18 doubles for Lowe. Struck pretty well. Deep left center field. Get up. It is gone. A home run. Nathaniel Lowe puts Cleveland on top. His 14th home run of the year. An opposite field solo shot that cleared the 19-foot wall. And Cleveland will play from in front.
And that was a line drive. That was a nice short swing and takes it the other way. I mean, he hit that like he was a right-handed hitter. And I'll tell you what, that was beautiful. You're right. He's back home. He likes it. That's the 16th home run allowed by King.
You know, he said when he got traded over here, Ricky, it is something about the backdrop. He just sees the ball well here. Loved hitting here as a visiting player. Loves the fact that he'll be able to call this home for at least the rest of this year. We'll see what happens after that. And, Arch, we could probably count on one hand the number of left-handed hitters this year that we've seen be able to do that up over the big wall.
You're right. And I mean, that was I want to know what the speed was off that bat because he smoked it. Watch this nice short swing, 2-seamer, boom, out over the plate. That was about belt high. And look at him. It looked like he wasn't muscling up on that. It was just a nice fluid swing. And that ball got out in a hurry.
And that guy lost a finger.
And he better go get some ice. 107 miles per hour.
Up the middle, cut off by the shortstop Bogarts, and he throws out Henao, 2 away.
Running 7th for the yard, center fielder number
Now that'll bring up Petey Halpin. Not a lot of playing time for Halpin on that. Just completed a road trip. But when he's had opportunities.
Well, good luck, young man. You get King coming in here today. There's that little slider. He's trying to get me over for strike 1, but it's a nice take, especially if you've never faced him before. You might as well get a look at him and see what where that arm slot is. And there, get yourself in hitters counts. That's a good thing to do.
Did not have a plate appearance on the road trip, but in his previous 9 games, he was 8 for 25. I don't care who you are, but you go 9 games.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm sorry, 6 games without a plate appearance.
Well, you got to try and keep yourself sharp. I'll tell you what, though, this team, since Vogt's taken over, guys get at bats. They don't sit for 2 weeks. And 9 days is a long time, and I guarantee you, he wanted to try and get him an at bat at some point in time, but they just, didn't win enough games to do that.
The 2-2. I'll right back.
But this is a good at bat the first time up. You've seen what, 5 pitches and going, so that's going to bode well for the next time he faces him.
Michael King with the 2-2 offering, and another foul back.
Let's put a nice swing on it. That a boy.
The one thing you brought up, Rick, getting that arm angle. I've heard 3 different hitters say you got to find his arm angle because it's a little bit different. It's not over the top and it's not side, but it's what all these guys are talking about right now is picking up the ball out of his hand.
That's right. So that's good to do the first time. See, that's the changeup, though, he was able to get him on.
First strikeout for Michael King, but the first run goes to Cleveland. Nathaniel Lowe with an Oppo big fly. 1-0 Guardians through 2. Injury report brought to you by the injury attorneys at Elk & Elk. It's like a career that's never really gotten started. So much promise for Hunter Green.
Yeah.
Just 19 starts a year ago, 5 this year, and now not only is he done for the remainder of this season, but probably going to miss all of, if not most of, next year.
But Matt, didn't they say during spring training they looked at it and they said it was just some loose bodies in his elbow, and they said he would get a little time off this year and be fine? That doesn't sound like that's the case.
This will be his second Tommy John.
Right.
Yeah, that's too bad. Young, talented guy.
In there for a strike to Jake Cronenworth.
There's that curveball there. All Gavin's outs in last inning came on 3 pitches or less to get the outs. There was a walk and a base hit.
Yankee foul. Well, if Hunter Green needs some inspiration, how about Justin Campbell, 25-year-old prospect in the Guardians system? He's really made a big climb this year as Cronenworth strikes out to start the top half of the third. In terms of the player development system, Archie, he's really moving up the ladder. And this is a kid who missed 3 seasons after having 2 Tommy John surgeries.
Boy. Just he knows what he's going to have to go through again because he's been through it one other time, and that's that's not an easy thing to do. You got to motivate yourself, and poor kid's in his 20s. He's losing the best part of his career right now.
Love the game.
Well, yeah, sure you do, but I mean that's not an easy thing to do once, let alone twice.
Chopper to third. Angel Henao slings it over. 2 down. Henao, such a young ball player, and Andre reporting previously that Henao's favorite player is Francisco Lindor. I have to imagine a game like this, he's looking around and saying, I'm on the same field with Tatis, with Machado.
All his guys.
For a young kid like that, those are stars.
They are.
Stars.
I mean, he's looking at it, but this is building him up to make him realize he's here.
Yeah.
So quit looking at the name.
You're a part of it. But you can't tell me, though, you were a young guy that was in the big leagues. There weren't guys when you were on the field, you weren't looking around going, whoa.
I mean, sure, they were in the World Series last year. People like that, you go like this. But now you're starting to face them, and you know what? You got to get over it. It's no big deal. the game is still the same.
But Andre, you got to understand, Archie trash talked Babe Ruth. He told Babe, sit down.
He told Babe, go eat a hot dog. Leave me alone. No, but I think the competitor, we can talk about looking up to guys, but true competitors, I think, I always remember when you played against somebody that you looked up to, you played harder. You wanted to prove you deserved to be there, right?
Well, you do. I mean, but that's what you're doing. I mean, once the game starts, it's the game. You can't get caught up into the names.
Ty France frustrated as he pops the ball up to center field, and the Padres go 1-2-3. It's 1-0 Cleveland midway through the third. Back in December of 1989, Cleveland's best player was Joe Carter. Now, he had turned down Cleveland's multi-year contract offers, so general manager Hank Peters went to the winter meetings, sought out San Diego general manager Jack McKean, and they hammered out a deal to send Joe Carter to the Padres for Chris James, Carlos Baerga, and Sandy Alomar. And thus the foundation was laid for Cleveland's rebirth as a baseball franchise. Sandy responded by winning the American League Rookie of the Year in 1990 and a Gold Glove, which was Cleveland's first Gold Glove since a young man named Rick Manning won it in 1976.
Yeah, I was proud. Thank you, Trader Jack, for giving us Sandy, Carlos Baerga, Chris James. Had 9 RBIs in a game against
Never
Oakland.
forget that game. They were the world champs, right? Yeah. Beat the stuffing out of them.
I love that you brought up Trader Jack, because that must have what happened with AJ. I didn't even think about that. San Diego just been trading forever, Arch.
Yeah, no. Trader Jack got it. He's got it in the blood. He got it started. He was a great baseball man, Andre. You had to love the guy. He just loved the game of baseball.
He was the pilot that got that 0-2 Marlins team to the World Series, right? 0-2.
Yeah. When he was an old man then at that time. As far as fans.
Yeah. Had a cigar all the time.
Oh yeah, he was a special guy. Really was. I was a kid in spring training when he was with the Padres coaching third base, and he'd be talking to me over it. I wasn't even a third baseman, and there's Baerga. There's Carlos.
He knows his own.
Of course he does.
We'll hear from him soon. Don't worry.
No, he'll come in between innings.
Well, I talked to him about that trade as well. We'll hear a little bit from him later on about it. But he just talking about for Sandy.
A guy that had back-to-back 200-hit seasons. Yeah. There you go.
Well, he said for Sandy that was everything, because Sandy was back-to-back MVPs at AAA. Because he couldn't get to the big leagues because of Benito Santiago.
They had another all-star catcher in his place, so that's the best thing that happened to Sandy was getting out of there.
Carlos had an all-star in front of him at second base with the last name Alomar.
Drilled to deep right field. Get out of here. Home run, Brian Rocchio. His 10th of the year. The Guardians' second home run on the night. It's 2-0 Cleveland. Rocchio back at home in that 9th spot in the order and starting to come alive again offensively. He's hit now in 3 straight games.
Well, I like what they're doing today. Hit home runs, forget runners in scoring position. Just drive yourself in. That's one way to do it. Rocchio double digits now in homers.
His 32nd RBI out of the 9th spot in the order. And Rick, on the road trip,
that's all that matters.
It was a day in which Stephen Vogt a couple of days ago, he said, look, put the blame on me. Rocchio was doing great in that 9th spot, but when we had the injuries and you had to shake the lineup, because we asked a lot of Brian. He said, he's very, he's a creature of habit. He really gets into those routines. So when we moved him around, we knew it wasn't going to be easy. And, he batted 5th, 4th, 3rd.
Because he was swinging the bat so well. So he forced him to move him up in the lineup. You hit, you get moved up, especially when you have injuries. But you know what? He settled in there, and look at who's happy for him right there. He's good.
It's a day off for Jose Ramirez, and the hope is that he'll be back in the lineup tomorrow. But the bottom line is that surgically repaired left hand It still hurts. It's not going to be 100%. Quan wraps it into right field, and the Guardians have their third hit off Michael King. Back-to-back hits here in inning number 3.
Yeah, if Jose doesn't come back and swing the bat like he normally swings it, this team's not going to win. They need him to be himself.
Yes, they do.
And the only thing is, you got to think it's the surgery on that hand.
But Rick, he felt like, and I know it's a foul ball, but you watched this game. He hit a foul ball in the 9th inning yesterday, where he hit it up in the stands down the right field line, and we all kind of said, okay, that's him. Next pitch, he hit it to the wall to right field. So the hope is, and he told me today, that he's getting closer.
Water drills one into center field. Quan all the way to third. And the Guardians with 3 straight hits here in the 3rd.
That's what you want to see, some action on the bases, a little first and third action. After the home run, you get back-to-back singles. Coming back now for the 2nd time, and a chance to get some the mojo going. And they got to get it going here at home. It'd be nice for about 10 minutes, the 1st and 3rd.
Angel Martinez is the batter. Grounded into an inning-ending double play in the 1st. But brings a 9-game hitting streak into tonight's series opener. And inexplicably shows bunt.
Don't bunt, man. Make them come to you. Just relax. Don't get too aggressive. They'll throw you a pitch to hit.
Angel has batted .412 during his 9-game tear.
Arch, we were talking about the arm angle, but I think it's even more. King does something a little different where he kind of leans down to the right as the ball's coming out. So it doesn't come almost straight over, is what one of the hitters just said. It's like he leans and then kind of comes, and that changes the arm angle, if that makes sense. We may be able to see it here, there. Well, not that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's leans a little to the third base side.
Almost crossfires on you almost.
Yeah. Okay, but you got to find a place to pick it up. You know, so the 2nd time you should. There you go.
There it is, yes. And then
you come down and it's more of a 3/4. It's not on top of it. Yeah, he's going to try and get you to chase that changeup. Another knock here, you'll get them rolling.
2-seam fastball struck him out. And that's where Michael King is most effective, when he can crisscross home plate and hit you going in and going
Change
away.
Up going down in the end.
And he gets that hitter kind of in the rocking chair. It's almost like you've got to pick a half and kind of just lock in there. Hard to cover both.
Yes.
In and out.
Both sides, but you just got to make them get the ball up a little bit.
And that's what Nathaniel Lowe did his first time up, and he does it again. Drives it into right field. 3-0 Guardians as Quan scores. All the way to third, goes to Lauder. And Nathaniel Lowe 2 for 2 with 2 runs batted in.
He wasn't wasting any time. And on the first pitch, King has given up a .415 batting average this year. And there's one right here, a slider. He wants to get me over slider because he hit the 2-seamer to left center. That earns you pitches when you're a hitter and you hit his best pitch the other way. So he comes in, he slows it down, and he pulls the ball. It's a big 2-out base hit. They get their 3rd run and their 4th hit of the inning.
Ruben Niebla hasn't had to make a lot of trips to the mound of late. This is a Padres starting rotation that has been decimated by injuries. And if not for the trades that netted them Michael King and Robbie Ray, they might not have been able to make this run.
No doubt.
I mean, they were basically going 2 starters and a couple of openers and praying.
Yeah, they did. They went out and got started. Robbie Ray, yes. And Our boy from
Casey
Detroit,
Mize.
Casey Mize, will be pitching on Sunday.
Walker Buehler. They've got Randy Vasquez, who's in the bullpen tonight, but he could be in line for that TBD start tomorrow.
Yeah,
A lot of it depends on what happens tonight. Guardians hoping to extend the inning, but Bazana, a slow roller to short. It's scooped by Bogarts. His low throw is in time to get him out of the inning. I mean, barely. I don't think the Guardians will challenge this play.
No, it was a check swing and he didn't get out of the box well. He didn't mean to do that.
But the Guardians get two here in the third. A homer by Nathaniel Lowe in the second. It's Brian Rocchio here in the third, and it's 3-0 Cleveland.
Now Allegra. It's a no-brainer.
Well, another Kids Fun Day on Sunday, and kids get to run the bases after the ball game thanks to Cleveland Clinic Children's. Get your tickets, CLEGuardians.com.
Fourth inning, 3-0 Cleveland leads it. Jackson Merrill leads off for the Padres. He had a line drive to first base that ended the first inning. Ended up being a key play. And as we so often say in baseball, depending on which side of it you're on, hit it right at him, you know, an inch or two. But either direction, it could have been a hit and a run on the early momentum of the Padres.
Did you see how he dropped that bat? And he was upset because he knew that he saw that RBI before the catch was made.
Well, Stephen Vogt said the same thing on the road trip. There were a couple of times, Arch, where I know Jose Ramirez hit a ball right on the screws. It was right out of second baseman. He said, you know, if that ball's a foot either way, it's in the outfield, and everybody's saying Jose's back.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big knock.
Right.
The Guardians score and probably win a game.
It's a fine line between the good and bad. When you're going well, things seem to fall your way. When you're not, they go against you. But you got to fight your way. You can't have excuses. You got to battle it. You don't feel sorry for yourself. You just keep fighting.
He really feels, he really believes that that's where this collective group is right now. He doesn't feel like it's a team that is searching for answers or that's hanging in their heads or wallowing in any kind of self-pity. He said, I admire the way they show up every day with the same energy,
yes,
same work habits, same routines. It's just they're going through a really tough stretch right now.
Hey, look, they've been getting guys on base. They've been getting plenty of guys on base. They're just not getting them home. So the opportunities are there. Sooner or later, you got to bust a bat or something's got to fall. You know, a little bloop or something just to get you going. And everyone will believe it. You just you got to keep plugging away.
Everybody wants answers, though. When things aren't going well, we all want answers. You want answers? I want the truth.
You
can't handle
the truth.
And that's the problem. And that's what you know, Stephen was saying.
You can't answer everything.
We don't have answers sometimes in this game.
But our world doesn't work that way, and I know it isn't. And Archie, you had some great acting up there. Oh, you got a runner.
Swing and a miss. Throw it out a second. Sailed a little high on him. Get the strikeout. One down, but Jackson Merrill with his 24th steal of the year is in the scoring position for the Padres.
And Rick, I would say in that situation that you guys are talking about, especially with a young team, they want all the answers, but like you said, there aren't any. You got to keep playing and keep pushing through it.
Yeah, you do. You just say, hey, fellas, let's go. Just keep battling. Be a little more patient. They're told that all the time, but when you're getting that batter's box and you got to try and drive it in, you try to do too much. It's called inexperience. You know, you got to learn the hard way. You got to go through it. That's how this game is.
Gavin Sheets grounded out his first time up. He took aim at trying to launch one on East 9th Street, but that was a big swing and a miss. And a foul ball.
Yeah, Sheets has played well since going out to San Diego. He's had some big hits for him. If you find that zone, he can hit you out of the ballpark. There's no doubt. He's one of those guys, when he gets on a roll, he can get it going.
It's amazing how many players need a couple stops or need to just leave from that first place to find themselves. Because in Chicago, they were waiting and waiting and waiting, and it just didn't happen for him.
Well, they were playing him in the outfield. He was the first baseman, so he wasn't getting at bats, or they DH him.
It's kind of like the big guy that was in Kansas City. And
he got me in trouble for playing right field. He should have been at first.
You didn't say that back.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? Oh, man. You're special.
My partner had to save me.
As unusual.
Yeah, that's all right. That's what he's here for.
Here's the 2-2. And what a pick by Patrick Bailey. Jackson Merrill should be standing on third base. This is not an easy play.
But well, look at he gets it right there, and he's like an infielder. He goes bottom up. You see how he grabbed that ball, and it made it look easy with that little catcher's glove.
Swing and a miss. That was a nice curveball. 3-2. Had that straight down tumble
instead of the sweep. That curveball's awesome, and there you go. There's a 3-2 count. He couldn't take that pitch. He had to swing. And you get your back-to-back strikeouts now.
And it brings up Xander Bogaerts, who walked his first time up.
They've come up with a pretty good approach against Gavin, through the first 4 innings. They've got his pitch count to 65, but Gavin struck out 3, but he's been on a roll where he's been averaging 14 strikeouts per 9 innings, as good as he's been pitching.
That's hit high and deep, and that's gone to the bleachers.
That's a hanging breaking ball.
Halfway up the bleachers for Xander Bogaerts, and it pulls the Padres to within a run. A 2-out, 2-run smash.
And that's what's been happening to the Guardians after they get on the board. The team comes out the next inning and they're able to answer it. And they do it on the road. It changes the momentum, but they just had a 3-0 lead and one hanging breaking ball, and now it's a 3-2 ball game. Bogaerts gets his 11th.
And Gavin knew it.
Gavin gives up his 23rd home run, and that's what happens. You throw a lot of those breaking balls, some of them stay up, and if they get a hold of it, it goes. That ball got in on the trademark.
Just blew it right by him.
There you go.
3 strikeouts in the 4th for Gavin Williams, but a 2-run dagger from Xander Bogaerts draws the Padres to within 1.
Through and through.
Bottom half of the 4th inning, brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Jeep dealers. Heading down to the Guardians on deck circle. And at home plate, Angel Henao leads off the home half of the 4th. Cleveland up 3-2. Henao grounded out his only time up. And a base hit into right field.
Well, there you go. There's a start to come right back. See if you can answer that run. A couple runs they put on the board.
Let's get a word right here from Cleveland Clinic.
Sports medicine for the moments that move us. The future of peak performance is here. Cleveland Clinic.
Matt, Rick, did you see Ty France almost mad at himself that he didn't continue going after that ball when it got by?
No.
He looked like he was frustrated.
There's a high fly ball to right field, but Tatis going back shy of the warning track, now drifting onto the track, pulls it down, one away. Halpin trying to make a bid for a big fly of his own, and it's out number one here in the fourth.
Well, he hit it pretty good. He saw him the first time, saw many pitches that helped him out, so he got after the first one. And they've swung at about I think 6 first pitches so far.
Patrick Bailey grounded out his first time up, and now draws a throw.
I was going to say, let's watch the run game. There's been a lot of conversations in between innings on King's move between Sandy and JT with the players.
Okay. The eyes have been upon him.
Bailey, big chopper foul.
Be time to send out happy belated birthday wish to Jerry King of Rootstown, who is turning 98. Turned it yesterday. Jerry, happy birthday to you.
Softly served to right, and a running catch by Tatis to throw back the first, not in time. 2 away. Tough luck for Bailey, who's now 3 for his last 32.
Well, you look out there and you think it's going to be a base hit, but Tatis, such a good athlete, he just runs right through that ball.
That looked like a hit off the bat from down here.
Yeah, well, it did. Well, I guess his leg's okay. Hit it from that slide. Yeah, he came up with a shortstop. They love him out in right field.
Brian Rocchio homered in the third. Right into the mitt of Ty France. And the inning is over. 4 complete. 3-2 Cleveland.
Well, Giants will be here for a 3-game series starting Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. You can pick up a district ticket presented by Miller Lite to get a standing room only ticket plus your first drink, all for just $20. Get your tickets, CLEGuardians.com.
That's crunched, and if it's fair, it's gone, and it is. Onto the home run porch, and it's tied up at 3. In the span of 3 batters, Xander Bogaerts hit a 2-run shot with 2 outs in the 4th. Rengifo struck out to end the inning, and Tatis leads off the 5th with a solo homer, and that's his 13th dinger of the year. RBI number 56.
Boy, and that was right down the line, and it was a line drive. Got out in a hurry. When he came up and in there, and there it was. He just got right to the baseball. You'll see it sing inside the pole, right over Carey's head.
It's not an easy maneuver to accomplish.
The catcher is challenging the call of ball.
Patrick Bailey, ABS powered by T-Mobile, and he will lose the challenge.
1 challenge remaining.
Gavin Williams, 189 strikeouts, second only to Dylan Cease in the American League in punchies. He now has pitched 148 innings, second only to Michael Wacha of Kansas City in the American League. I mean, he's all over the leaderboard. One hitch in his giddy-up is that the 24 home runs now are second only to Springs of the A's, who's given up 28.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of I'm sure breaking ball, fastball went out, but long ball has hurt him a little bit, but he's been locked in.
The 2-2 to Jake Cronenworth. And a perfectly placed ground ball.
You see, in those first 2 swings, he had breaking balls. He tried to hook and turn on it. And then that time you get to 2 strikes, you get yourself a fastball and you just put a short swing on it, and that's what he did. Hit it away from the defense, and it was elevated. His fastball's been up there today. That makes it a little easier to take it the other way, where you don't have to use your legs to get down and take it that way.
Liner to left field. That'll get down. Angel corrals it. But 3 straight hits to open the 5th for the Padres. They are zeroing in on Gavin.
Yeah, they've had a good approach right from the start of the game. I don't think Gavin's got his, A command going today. A lot of pitches have been upstairs.
Carl Willis going to go out and talk things over, and we'll get a word from Wayside Furniture.
It's Wayside Furniture's Customer Appreciation Days. Save 10 to 50% store-wide. Enjoy free Handel's ice cream and choose special financing or a cash discount. Wayside Furniture, keeping it local since 1937.
You wonder, Rick, if facing Gavin Williams, the Padres don't draw on some of their experience facing the Dodgers as many times as they do with the bevy of power arms they can run out there.
That's true.
Now, Gavin's got to face Ty France here. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, he had a good at bat in his first AB. Waited till he had 2 strikes and took it the other way. Yeah, when Gavin's throwing that breaking ball, when it's a good one, you're not going to hit it. He's left a lot of them upstairs today, and they've been able to get to it. They've done a really good job.
Our score here in the 5th, and now hits are even at 6 apiece. Just foul up the third base line.
That was another pitch upstairs, a 2-0 count. He just sitting waiting on that ball. A lot of breaking balls. He better start using that fastball a little bit more, maybe going inside, trying to knock him back a little bit. They look pretty comfortable in the batter's box. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but you're right, it is up.
Yeah, everything's been upstairs.
And when he did come inside to Tatis to start this inning, he jumped him. So I wonder if that plays into the pitch selection a little bit.
Well, you can't forget about a 98-mile-an-hour fastball.
Did he go? They said he didn't. And it's a walk to load the bases, and now you got major problems because Jackson Merrill is coming to the plate.
Well, let's take a look and see if you think he went from the side. Nope. No, he did not. His hands elevated. It went high.
It was funky looking, but
yeah, I agree. I don't think he did go, but now, boy, he's in hot water. Nobody out. Already 1 in, and the base is full.
Swing and a miss. Started him off with a breaking ball in the infield. In for the most part. Right side of the infield, a couple of steps back, just out of self-preservation.
Well, this is a free at bat for this guy who's looking for an RBI to get to 8. And another strike.
2-strike pitch. Just did get a piece of the slow curveball.
Yeah, there's that little knuckle curve when he hit the outside part of that ball where it went straight down into the ground.
He lays off this time, 1-2. Already 85 pitches for Gavin. Action in the Guardians bullpen. Greg Yoho getting loose. And another foul ball. He got him with a high fastball.
The first fastball he saw in the at-bat, and he was able to blow it by him. That's number 5, and you get the first out. Now you can get that ground ball, hopefully, and get a double play.
Luis Camposano, the catcher. He is 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. Camposano, though, has been very good with runners in scoring position. They're loaded here in the 5th inning with 1 out.
Yeah, on the season, the Padres 265 batting average with runners in scoring position.
Camposano playing in just his 44th game this year, but he's hit 386 runners in scoring position. He took that fastball for a strike. It's 2-1.
You know, as a hitter, you think you would have to sit on that 2-0 fastball, but he took it. So, I mean, that's still, he's got good velo to get out and get it by you.
To right field. Well hit. DeLauder back. He's out of room. It's off the wall. Cronenworth scores. Machado will score standing. And the Padres get the big hit to break the tie from Luis Camposano, who continues to hit in the clutch. His 2-run double makes it 5-3 Padres.
Well, and that's going to do it for Gavin tonight. Not his best night, and that one was up and out over the plate, gave him some swinging room, and he took advantage of it. His 10th double.
The Padres continue to do what they have been doing over the last 3 weeks. They've won 15 out of their last 19 games thanks to offense, and they chased Gavin with 3 runs on 4 hits here in the 5th inning.
Now pitching for Cleveland, right-hander.
The new Guardians pitcher is Craig Yoho. Yoho coming into a real jam, 2nd and 3rd, only 1 out, and the Padres now lead at 5-3.
Well, we'll see how good that changeup's going to work tonight.
Inside ball 1 to Gavin Sheets. Gavin Williams, 91 pitches in 4 1/3 innings. 4 walks, starts, 5 strikeouts, 7 hits.
The catcher is challenging the call. Ball.
Guardians have 1 challenge remaining. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and this will get them back in the count. 2-1.
The call is overturned. Cleveland has 1 challenge remaining.
Two and 2 for Gavin Sheets. He chased one that was well above the strike zone.
That was a cutter up top, not a fastball. And there's the changeup, his bread and butter. So we got a full count. He's not going to give in. You still have first base open, but you're hoping he's going to swing at a pitch like he did the last time, out of the zone.
Hard hit ball. And right at Bazzano, the runners hold. They had
they sure did.
They had Campusano kind of in no man's land. Maybe he was expecting France to go on contact.
He was, and then once he caught the ball, he stopped. But Bazzano had never looked to second base. And, I don't know if anybody yelled it on the field or heard it, but he just went to get the out at first. Watch him. He's going to force him off going on contact, but he was looking the other way and just flips it to first. But you get the out. Chance. Go ahead.
Roque didn't run to second right away either, Arch. I don't know how much that played into it, but I do know over here it was yelled 2-2-2. So
yeah.
But who knows if he heard it or not? It's easy for me here over here.
Xander Bogaerts, the 8th man to bat in the inning. And Yoho misses outside.
You know, Rick, I was talking to Carl earlier about Yoho, and he says they love that changeup, but they got to get him to start establishing some of his.
He has to prove he can throw other pitches for strikes.
Everybody knows he has the changeup, so they kind of sit on it.
Well, he starts you off with it. So if you miss with it, I mean, you can't fall behind. I mean, yeah, he's got to be perfect with it. I mean, you got to throw all your pitches for strikes. But his best pitch is the changeup. There's a fastball, but it's 3-0. Now what does he do? Does he come with another fastball after he just showed him one, or will he come with the changeup? I'm thinking you go with your best pitch, the changeup. He went heater again, but walked him. So he's been on 3 times. A walk his first at bat, 2-run homer in his second, and now a walk to load him up again.
And the 9th man to bat in the inning is Luis Rengifo. Rengifo singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 4th. Chased one down and in. Struck him out on 3 pitches to end the inning. But the Padres have taken the lead with 3 in the 5th, halfway through. Milwaukee by 2.
Well, the Guards will take on the Kansas City Royals in the Central Division matchup. That'll be August 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets now. CLEGuardians.com.
Guardians down a couple of runs here, bottom of the 5th inning. Stephen Kwan leads off for Cleveland. He's reached twice already, walked in the 1st, singled and scored in the 3rd. Kwan had his 11-game hitting streak and 27-game on-base streak come to an end yesterday. And what does he do? His first 2 times up, he walks, hits, and scores a run.
Well, yeah, you needed a little day off. He ended up having to take it, but Right back at it again.
Came in with a .394 batting average in those last 28 games. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. Since the All-Star break,
it's all been hot for Quanting. You know, those pitches he fouls off, rarely does he swing and miss. He fouls it off, goes to a deep count or gets a base hit.
He lays off a pitch that's up and away, and it's 1-2.
See, that's that two-seamer when he's throwing it for strikes that he's talking about. He hasn't had the command that he had with it last year. That's one, if he's throwing it for strikes, it could drive hitters crazy with the good changeup and the slider that he has.
Here he is again, from down on the count to a full count.
Between him and DeLauder, first two hitters, how many 3-2 counts do they see in a game between the two of them? Seems like they're always 3-2.
Pop up on the 3-2 pitch in the foul territory.
Take it yourself.
Michael King grabs it, one away.
He says, I'm going to take it myself. You're playing him off the third baseline. Machado said, okay, go right ahead. He didn't hesitate. He sees it. He looked to where Machado was, and he knew he had it. I got it. He's calling for it. Atta boy.
Now Chase DeLauder trying to light up the skies here in inning number 5 for Cleveland. Looks at strike one.
Okay, we got a challenge coming.
The batter is challenging the call of strike.
Chase DeLauder with a tremendous eye. It's the
there you go.
UBS powered by T-Mobile. That jumped out at us from the early on.
Oh yeah, he knows the strike zone very well.
A topper to second, 2 down. And a winner from Bet365.
Did you win? Let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas.
Bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets.
And a weak ground ball to second. Nice play. Mike Cronenworth. Guardians go in order. 6 straight set down by Michael King. And through 5, it's 5-3 Padres. Cleveland Guardians baseball is brought to you by Levin Furniture and Mattress. Lazy Boy recliners starting at $395 at Levin. Rock and Blast fireworks back tonight and tomorrow night. They're going to roll out the hits of Y2K.
Yeah, well, they've been doing it for 2 decades, man. They've been doing this Rock and Blast, so it's been around quite some time. Fans love it. They're going to get a good view. They are spectacular.
What would you say your favorite hit from Y2K is?
My favorite hit?
If you'd come back with something, I would have been absolutely stunned.
We're not here to see it.
I'd go like Islands in the Sun from Weezer.
Yeah, here you go. You're setting it up.
Might be the only one I know. Top of the order, Fernando Tatis leading off for the Padres. Franco Aliman out of the Guardians bullpen.
I didn't catch what Arch said.
Don't worry about it.
Oh, all right, tough guy. Got your partner back. Got his partner back.
Hey, if you're not going to pay attention, nobody coming to you.
Exactly.
Oh, listen to you two. Okay.
He wouldn't pay. Oh, excuse me. We're back. Hey, what'd you guys say? I know.
Somebody was talking to me.
Yeah, I know that.
You know, I'd rather be in you guys' conversation.
That's how it goes. Well, you will if you pay attention. We were talking about the Rock and Blast and
the music,
the Y2K, and how long it's been around.
I can only imagine what you picked.
Alimad delivers and Tatis fouls it off.
Halfway through this game is this Padres team, they can take pitches, Arch.
Yes.
And they can foul good pitches off. And I think Matt made a good point. When you're in that NL West and you got to go against the Dodgers, heck, even Arizona's got some pitchers that can make you work. You can tell they go against a lot of quality arms.
It's a veteran team.
Right, that too.
They know how to wear pitchers out. Like you say, they can take it. They know the strike zone. They can foul them off. And a lot of times they won't miss their pitch when they get it. And they've had some good pitches to hit tonight, and they've hit them hard.
There's a grab by Brian Rocchio, robbing Tatis. Well, they hit. One down.
Hung in there, hit a line drive, but look who's standing in the way. Brian Rocchio, one down.
And up comes Jake Cronenworth. It happened in a hurry in that fifth inning. Five out of the first six reach for the Padres and knocked Gavin out of the game. First two times through the order, he had given up just 3 hits. Now, one of those was a 2-run homer. But he had struck out 4 and was in good shape really going into that fifth inning, but it unraveled quickly.
If you sit down and look at it, you know, because he walked the 4, like you said, he had 4 strikeouts at that time. The command he did not have tonight. And that third time through, that's when they made him pay.
Line drive, base hit.
He's not fooling anybody.
Cronenworth has his second hit. And a word now from Kia.
Third baseman number 13.
Well, we talked about the walks for Gavin, and you know, walks really haven't been an issue since way back early in the season. It is the third time that he's walked 4 batters in the game this year, but the first 2 came before April 8th. The last time he walked 4 in a game was April 7th. So we haven't seen this in quite some time. Nice double play ball. Ends the 6th. So Franco Aliman gets a 2 for 1. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Guardians down 5-3.
Asiago Bagel Stacks at Panera.
32 bites, one champion. You can vote for the signature ballpark dish you would like to try most, including Cleveland's spicy Thai fries. Complete the ballpark bites bracket for a chance to win 2 tickets to try these bites at a stadium of your choice. Vote at MLB.com/bracket.
Nathaniel Lowe homered in the second inning, giving Cleveland a 1-0 lead back then. The Guardians then tacked on 2 more in the third inning, a home run by Brian Rocchio and an RBI single with 2 outs by Nathaniel Lowe.
He's had 2 really good at-bats against him. This is like a right-handed hitter hitting it over the left center field, 19-foot monster there. Line drive, his 14th homer, and then a 2-out RBI single.
Well, when these 2 teams played a year ago, the Guardians did not score more than 2 runs in any of those 3 games in San Diego.
Yeah, they love that place that they play in. Boy, their crowd. We were there earlier in the year, weren't we? When we played
last year. Yeah, it was early. First road trip, I think.
Yeah, I think it was.
Shallow center. Merrill, 1 down. Back in 24, so 2 years ago, when the 2 teams played here in Cleveland, in those 3 games, San Diego won 2 out of 3, and Cleveland still averaged less than 3 runs a game in that series.
The catcher is challenged to call the ball.
Camposano is not shy about challenging. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and he's got good reason not to be shy.
The call is overturned.
No, he's sitting behind the plate. He knows if it gets it or it doesn't. Both teams down to 1 challenge, but they're retaining it.
Craig Stammen had an interesting take on this. The Padres manager said these catchers, the first thing is they want to fight for a pitch. And they're used to framing pitches and fooling the umpire into calling a strike. And the ABS, in his mind, has changed that to where he doesn't believe you can fool the umpire anymore. It's got to be a strike. That's what he says. And I think they're learning that you can't make a ball a strike anymore. It's got to be a strike, and they're trying to take advantage of that with ABS. I disagree. I think Austin Hedges and Patrick Bailey are still stealing a lot of strikes. And hitters, look, face it, you can't challenge every single pitch. There are times you just don't.
Challenge to the call ball.
Here we go again.
Yes, he can. No, I know what you're saying. And he gets it again.
I think the catchers are in a better position to challenge because they're watching it and they're looking at the plate the whole time. A hitter's looking out in front of the plate. So a lot of times you might not see exactly where that crossed the pitch in or out, whereas the catcher, he's looking at it the whole way. The point is, I think the framing is still a valuable asset, and I think Hedgie and Patrick Bailey are still 2 of the best in the business at doing it.
100%. I get what he's saying, but I think when you watch what we watch every day, we do see strikes stolen still. And I think when you have a catcher with quiet hands, you're still going to get something. When they're catching, maybe hitters don't want to challenge thinking how good a guy Patrick Bailey is.
The obvious ones, the hitter's going to see. But
you know, that's why the catchers do the best job of calling it, you know, when they challenge. I mean, they're about 60% of the time.
Oh, it's flagged out up the middle by Bogarts, but he threw it away. And that will send Henao down to second. It'll be a hit and an error for Angel Henao, who is 2 for 2.
Yeah, he just tried to get rid of that ball too quick. too quickly, but you know that's the only way he felt he was going to get him, knowing he's going down the line. And you can see where France didn't even move, and it goes right into the dugout, so he'll get to second base. That's a base knock. Here's the error. Sandy couldn't even have caught it.
That one's all the way down to the visitors' clubhouse now.
Petey Halpin 0 for 2. Had a good at bat his first time up. Hit the ball to deep right field his last time up. Now he charges one. Deep center field. Merrill's out of room. It's off the wall. A run will score. Henao is home. And Petey Halpin with a ringing RBI double off the wall in center field makes it a one-run game.
Boy, he's had some good at-bats tonight. He hit one to the base of the wall and right his second at-bat.
Trying to get back in there tomorrow, Arch.
Why not?
6 days away.
I'll tell you what, he gets on that. That must have been a high changeup. Looked like it. He smokes it to right field. I thought it was going to tie the game up. But
he didn't miss by much.
No, he did. It's a 2-out RBI, and you got to love that one.
Again, Ruben Niebla for the second time makes a visit to the mound. Just now getting the left-hander Sung Moon Song up for the Padres.
But for Petey, I thought you made a good point. He took some pitches in his first at-bat, but the next two, he's been aggressive and swung at the first pitch and had decent results.
Yes, he knows where that ball was coming from, man, and you know, he was seeing it well.
Had to come over here and get a high five from him.
But you know, that's good after missing the whole road trip and not getting an at-bat to come out and face a guy like King. It's a good thing. So now keep it rolling. Get that momentum back.
Well, Patrick Bailey felt like he was robbed of a hit his last time up. He sent a sinking liner in the right field, and Tatis ran it down.
Yeah.
A familiar divisional foe for Patrick Bailey, the former Giant.
This is the first time we've ever been able to get to King like this when we have faced him. So one more wouldn't hurt it. Knock him out of the game.
Rick, the first time we saw him come out of the bullpen in New York, I thought no one was ever going to get a hit off him ever again.
No kidding.
He was nasty.
Yeah, they ended up trading him to San Diego. They made him a starter.
There's that crossfire pitch in there for a strike 1 and 2. They had him wobbled a little bit in that third inning. 2 runs on 4 hits, but he got out of it.
Came back with a heater.
He had retired 8 straight before the infield hit by Henao, and then the big RBI double by Halpin, cutting it to a 1-run game.
That was almost in the catcher's glove.
Send along some happy birthday wishes. Dustin Prince turning 36 today. Happy birthday, Dustin. Well, he took it out of the glove because he's probably sitting on that changeup he hasn't thrown yet.
Straighten him up, 2 and 2. Struck him out with the fastball to end the inning. But the Guardians claw their way back. It's a 1-run game as we head to the 7th. Seventh inning. And Colin Holderman will make his 48th appearance of the year. He has 6 wins and a 2.08 ERA. He has the 4, 5, 6 hitters coming up for the Padres. Ty France, Jackson Merrill, and Luis Campusano. Ty France singled in the first. He walked in the fifth. Flied out in between. He has a hit now in 25 of his last 31 games. And that was almost another one. During that rip, in his last 30 games coming into tonight, he had 7 doubles, 7 homers, and a .369 batting average. Center or left field, Martinez going back, looking up. He plays it high off that 19-foot wall. And France into second base.
Well, I'll tell you,
yet another double.
That thing came off the wall like it should have. It hit the netting up there, and it sort of it deadened it, and it went straight down. Or Martinez would have had a shot at him going for second. So you get the leadoff double. Watch it hit high off the wall, but not as high where it comes back to Angel. So for France, that is his 16th double, and they get their leadoff man aboard.
Tried to hold up, but he went, did Jackson Barrel, who is 0 for 2. Walked and scored in the fourth. Nine hits for San Diego. A team that was batting .280 in their last 19 games, in which they've won 15 times. 15 and 4 in their last 19 coming in.
Yeah, it was only the Red Sox with a better record.
I thought it was the Rays, but they've been good too.
Yes, they only had a 9-0 road trip out west.
The thing that the Padres did is coming in here, they swept the Brewers, and that gave the Rays the best record. Did they get the foot?
I don't know.
They must have.
Yeah, it got them.
But the Rays now have the best record in baseball because of what the Padres did to the Brewers. That stood out to me, Arch.
Yeah. That's not an easy team to sweep, and then they went out and beat L.A. on a walk-off. Seemed like it deflected right off that pad that he was wearing.
And then the Red Sox, after winning for about a month straight,
yeah, 27 out of 30.
Yeah, they lost, what, 5 in a row before?
Yeah.
They won a game?
Yep.
Yeah. Tampa was 15 and 3.
There you'll see the Red Sox. Atlanta's not shooting a bad stick either.
Deep to right. That's trouble, and it's off the wall. France into third. They'll wave him home. He's going to score. Merrill to third. Camposano into second with his second RBI double of the night. He's driven in 3 for Tampa for the Padres.
He's driven the ball to right field hard almost every at bat.
Yeah, that's why you stay on it, and that's why you drive in runs. He goes inside out, and that ball was on the inner part of the plate, and you can see Chase had to adjust on that ball, or he might have been able to catch it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't see it, and the angle that he went at, if he attacked it maybe a little better, he might have been able to catch that ball. It would have been a tough catch, but you could see him shaking his head out there. He had to adjust, but it was too late to make the adjustment, and that ball ricocheted off. Enabled the guy to score and put runners at second and third.
Now 10 hits for the Padres. Rocchio smothers it, holds the runner at third, throws out Sheets, 1 away. Bet365 scores from around the league. The White Sox are taking care of business at home, or I should say on the road, against the Tigers in a matchup of American League Central Division teams at the top of the division. The White Sox started the night leading Detroit by 2.5 games. Wow. Not surprised. Cincinnati beats Miami 1-0. That was a matchup of Burns and Alcantara.
Ooh.
Oh my goodness.
That one went quick, I'm sure.
field in. And a smash to left. Angel leaps up and grabs it, but tagging up and easily scoring is Merrill. Padres have put on 2 more here in the 7th inning, and their lead is now 7-4.
7 to the plate for San Diego, number 21.
Well, they just keep coming at you.
Stephen Vogt will make a move to the bullpen, and we'll take a timeout with San Diego leading it by 3. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Guardians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Guardians. Prior to the game, Jose Ramirez was awarded with the Major League Baseball Players Association Heart and Hustle Award. He is the
Matt, aren't we at the
8-time recipient of that award.
I was just going to say, why don't we just call it the Jose Ramirez Award?
They've already got it printed for next year.
Yeah, that's just Jose's award. That heart and hustle is who he is and what he is.
A foul back by Luis Rengifo. Tim Herron trying to get the 3rd out of this inning and keep it a 3-run deficit. Guardians already staring at long odds, knowing that Mason Miller is lurking in that Padre bullpen.
I truly believe it's an 8-inning game when you play these guys.
Well, you mentioned it at the outset, and I'll tell you what, we're running out of outs. You got the 6 more before you get to the 9th.
But Rick, you always say when you have a closer like these 2 teams have, it makes your bullpen that much better from the start.
Yeah, you get the 2 best without a doubt. But you got to keep it where it is. I mean, but they've been able to add on every time that they come right back. In the 3rd inning, they put 2 on the board to make it 3-0. They scored 2, and then.
And really, that's been the case since the All-Star break for the Guardians.
Yeah.
Every time they take a big step forward, it seems like they come back because of that.
And that's one thing that they never retook the lead, but they were down within 1 before they give up 2 in this inning.
Every time they plug a hole, another one springs.
Yep.
It's kind of been the way it has gone. Struck him out on a curveball to end the inning. 2 more for the Padres. Stretch time in Cleveland. Guardians going to try to heat up the bats, down 3. Our Chevy drive of the game. Back in the 3rd inning, Brian Rocchio hit his 10th home run of the season. And the Guardians, before the 3rd inning was over, led this game by a score of 3-0. But San Diego has come back with a vengeance. They lead it 7-4. And here in the bottom of the 7th inning, Rocchio will lead it off against left-hander Yuki Matsui. He's one of 4 lefties in that Padre bullpen.
That's what I figure. When you see 4 of them in that bullpen, you figure we'll get a pretty good look at them throughout this series.
Matsui misses outside. One of those 4 lefties is Kyle Hart. He could be in line to be used as an opener tomorrow night for the Padres. He's one of their options. He's done that on 4 occasions. Just did catch the outside corner.
Matsui, 4-seam fastball, slider, splitter, sweeper, and a sinker.
Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. tough on lefties in particular this year. One of the reasons he's a valuable asset in a series like this against a team that is so left-handed heavy. Rocchio hits it hard, but right at the second baseman, Cronenworth. He made a tough play. Looked rather easy, 1-0.
He sure did. He stayed with that hop. Looked like it took a little bad hop on him. He was right there to handle it. It was hit well. Watch this one hop. Boom, it jumps up on him.
That ball had teeth.
Yeah, it did. It was biting.
Well, Matsui has given up a 141 batting average to left-handed hitters this year. So let's see how Kwon fares against him. And then DeLauder to follow.
Slider.
Kwon lays off. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And that's up high, full count.
Rick, I'm not sure I've seen a third baseman play when Machado's playing against Stephen Kwon in his entire career. And he's been there since 1 strike.
Yeah.
I mean, he is at shortstop.
I saw him go way back at after 2. You know, it's almost like they play all the lefties the same way. So you're thinking of this left-hander too.
If it gets deep, all Kwon has to do is half swing and it'll be a double. If we can get it down the third base line.
Here's the payoff pitch. All 4. Another great at bat for Stephen Kwon.
No kidding.
He's walked twice.
Again, he's been on base 3 times tonight out of the 4.
And remember his last time, he worked the count, got it to 3-2. He was down 0-2, got it to 3-2, and then he ended up fouling out. So even though it didn't end well, it was still another productive at bat just by grinding his way through it.
Through that 27-game streak, he was reaching base. I think 12 times he was on 3 times. You know, with the walks and everything and the hits, it seems like he's been getting 2 hits a night.
He's back.
Yeah. Oh, he's been back.
Oh, boy. I mean, this is what you said before we left on the trip. Andre didn't want us to leave. He said, no, we got to wait.
I told Andre a long time before that.
He did tell me before that.
Those 2 guys between Chase and Kwon, it doesn't matter right-hander, left-hander. This guy hits lefties better than he does righties. And they take pitches and they do a good job of just working pitchers to get it, make them work to get an out. Nice block there too. Nice job to keep it in front, save 90 feet. That's what you got to look for. You got to look for those extra 90 feet now. Only 1 out in this inning.
picked him up in the shallow right. The second baseman Cronenworth backs up and makes the catch. 2 down.
Up next for the Guardians, left fielder number 1, Martinez.
Angel Martinez 0 for 3 tonight. Let's see if he can find a way to keep that hitting streak alive against the diminutive Yuki Matsui.
I'd like to see him hang one of those splitters where he'd be able to turn on it, because he likes it down. But not that low.
Well, 7 in the books. 7-4 San Diego.
Reasons to choose T-Mobile. Find yours.
Well, they're getting ready for the fireworks show. Hopefully there's some fireworks left in these Guardians bats before the game comes to a conclusion.
There's a train full. It's going to last for a long time.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that looks like
I don't know who's driving
dangerous.
that, but you better be careful.
Yeah, don't hit no bumps too hard.
There's more than that.
Arch, that's how I like my 4th of July, to look at my backyard right there.
Yeah, it's good luck cleaning it up.
That's where you bring the kids to clean that up.
Ground ball to short. Rocchio throws at Tatis. 1 away. Up comes Jake Cronenworth. 2 hits and a run scored. And a drive to right field into the glove of Chase DeLauder. 2 away. Tim Herron will make an exit, and Matt Festa will be coming on when we come back. Well, back here at Progressive Field, it's time for our Progressive defensive play of the game. Way back in the first inning, Padres were threatening early. 1st and 3rd, 2 down, and a line shot off the bat at Jackson Merrill. Snagged by the Gold Glover, Nathaniel Lowe, to end the inning.
If he doesn't catch that ball, he has a record, what, 8 consecutive games with an RBI.
Yes. Well, here's Matt Festa with 2 down in the 8th inning, facing Manny Machado. And a base hit.
How about that? Swinging one way and it goes the other.
That's the 2nd hit of the night for Machado.
Now batting for San Diego, first baseman number 25, Ty France.
There you go. He gets a good look, and right off the end, and it squirts between 1st and 2nd. 2-out single. Eleven hits now for San Diego.
Yeah, 4 players for the Padres have 2 hits, and 3 other players have reached base safely twice. So they've had a lot of traffic. Ty France, 2 hits and a walk and a run scored. For Matt Festa, this marks his 52nd appearance of the year. Last 2 outings have been scoreless relief. Right field, slicing foul off the netting.
This guy line to line. It doesn't matter whether it's right field or left field. He'll use it all.
He struck him out to end the inning. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. Guardians down 3.
Relationships are forged, and every athlete is empowered to shine.
Mike Hargrove, longtime manager and player for this Cleveland franchise, is one of many who have worn both the Cleveland and San Diego uniform in the big leagues. It's amazing. I mean, we know about Sandy Alomar and Robbie Alomar, and of course Carlos Baerga came over from the Padres. But there are a lot of other names on this list. You're like, wow. Kevin Kuzminoff, Greg Nettles.
Yes.
We got Mark Langston, Charles Nagy.
Yeah, I don't remember Chuck pitching for him. But
your guy Gaylord Perry.
Yeah.
Dave Winfield. Of course, Austin Hedges, who came over here in that trade from San Diego. But yeah,
Mike went from Texas to San Diego before coming here. About 79, he got traded and he loved it. It's the best thing that ever happened to him. It didn't work out for him there.
Your guy Oscar Gamble.
Big O. Big A. He brought that afro to a few different towns.
And the handyman, Kurt Bavacqua. I think it was before your time in Cleveland.
Yes.
Nathaniel Lowe drives one up the alley. He's thinking 2 right out of the box. He's digging and he's in there safely with a leadoff double, and perhaps that's the spark that will light the fuse for the Guardians here in the 8th inning.
Well, he's had a good night. That's hit number 3. He's got the single, now a double, and the home run. Flew out to center field in his other at bat, but he finds the gap, and why not? Get yourself in scoring position leading off the inning. This is the damage. You got to do it right now. You got to have something happen and get some runs in. Make it happen.
Pitch in there for a strike. The new pitcher Jeremiah Estrada for San Diego. Estrada making just his 30th appearance on the year, but he's been good. He has 10 holds. Travis Bazzana 0 for 3 tonight. You get the feeling that, you know, Bazzana is one of those guys that has been just squeezing the sawdust out of the bat every time he gets up to the plate. He wants to succeed so badly.
Well, yeah, that's it. I mean, sure you do. When you're a young rookie, he's got a boatload of energy.
But this goes back to the conversation you guys were having early in the game about relaxing. And that's a difficult thing for him to do. And Rick, I would ask, when you've grinded your way the way he's grinded his way all the way to the big leagues, that's got to be even more difficult because he's overcome so much to become who he is and where he's at.
Well, he's just got to be himself. And he knows he's a very competitive guy. He'll learn. You can't do it all, you know, in one at bat. You just got to do what it is to take it. Just get yourself a little base knock, keep it rolling.
You know, this kind of goes back to the age-old adage of, you know, you're seeing pictures for the first time, you're seeing stuff that you've never seen before, and it's almost like sometimes he gets into that mode where he's trying to hit everything they throw up there.
Yes.
And I know with 2 strikes, hey, you're just trying to fight for dear life to kind of hang in there. It's the hard part of the learning experience.
It's big league at bats too. These are the pitchers that come up there and they have the best breaking stuff. They can attack you different ways. He's got to learn, and he will.
Daniel Heno 2 for 3 tonight with a run score.
play. See, this is a young man that he fits right in. He knows he can hit at this level right now. He puts good at bats. He's going to be a very good hitter because when he gets a fastball, he can hit it. Yeah. He puts it in play, and he's got a good eye at the plate.
And not intimidated. You know, when we were talking earlier about seeing all those other faces.
Right.
He is not intimidated about anyone else out here.
You can't be. You really can't.
Well, there was a nasty splitter, and look at how he manipulated that barrel down there to just get a piece of that, flick it, stay alive.
He's got a good set of hands on him. There's the split.
He throws it from. It's a different grip, isn't it?
It looks like a forkball.
Okay.
Yeah, it does look like it's 2 fingers over there.
Yeah, you don't see that. No. You gotta have some strong fingers to control the ball like that.
Everybody's different, and that's his comfort zone, man. There it is. Look at that.
That was Justin Spire. Remember the Spy guy way back?
Yeah.
That's how he used to throw that pitch. Same way. I don't know how. A chopper to second. Cronenworth has to hurry. He does. Threw it low. And it's safe.
Yeah.
Safe as the call. He didn't come up with it cleanly.
That's a break.
And that's what the speed and the hustle nets you there from Angel Heno.
It looked like it came out of the glove and he had to pick it up. So, yeah, they can't challenge that. It was a bad throw from Cronenworth. He had time, but he rushed it a little bit, and then France he blew it on the catch. It was down a little. No, never had it. Never had it in the glove. So there's a huge break there. That's going to be an error.
The error is charged to Cronenworth, and you could see the way he was busting it down the line. Got Cronenworth's attention immediately, and he rushed it. And what always happens when you rush? Usually a mistake.
Well, and the short throw from second base. I mean, you just got to get it over there, but he just couldn't help his partner out.
Joe Adele is going to pitch in here for Petey Halpin. Big moment. Reason why they traded for him. And Rick, it seemed like he started getting his swing in Detroit the last few days.
Well, let's hope so. He's going to get an opportunity. One swing could tie this game up. That's what you're talking about. At least if not, you can get a base hit and close the lead and cut into that 3-run lead. But make them pay. That's one mistake. You open the door.
Adele takes a strike. He threw the soft stuff to get ahead. Since 24, Adele has been clutch. There you go. And they'll get a run home. Comes home on a ball that was way out in front of the plate. Campusano did everything he could. He just threw his body in front of it. But the wild pitch gets the Guardians a run closer. It's now 7-5.
You even like that better now. You get another runner in scoring position. You put one on the board. You're down 2. Chance to tie the game, and there you go. There's nothing he can do with that pitch. It hits him in the bicep and it deflects it. That's just tough. Not at all.
He had himself a fastball and put the swing he wanted on it and just missed it.
Yeah, you almost know he's got to come with a fastball there after bouncing that the split.
Another one, and this time Campusano somehow blocks that thing.
Rick, this is when a guy will hang one after he's done that a couple times.
Well, you see, he hasn't done it, but that's okay. He can get a walk here. He doesn't have the comfort zone now because it's getting a little closer. Look for another heater.
He came back with the splitter and struck him out. 2 down. So that will bring up Patrick Bailey. He is 0 for 3 tonight. Hitless in his last 15 at-bats. And a bat shattered the barrel and whistling past Estrada. But Cronenworth makes the play to end the inning. Guardians get one closer. We'll head to the ninth. 7-5 Padres. 7-5 San Diego. They will come to bat here in the ninth, looking to pad their lead. Joe Adell stays in the game. He's in left. Angel Martinez moves from left over to center. Matt Festa back out here for the ninth, facing Jackson Merrill. Key matchup here. Festa has had trouble with lefties. They have 30 hits against him. Good for a .303 batting average against. Merrill has walked and been hit by a pitch, and in both results scored runs. And he launches one high in the air to right, but it'll stay in the park as DeLauder puts it away 1 down. And there's a decent chance that the streak for Merrill will come to an end. 7-game hitting streak, 7-game RBI streak, and a 6-game streak with at least an extra base hit.
Yeah, he would have had to go deep there.
But this is the guy that's been the pain in their side tonight. Luis Campusano. Campusano, a 2-run double with 2 outs in the 5th inning and an RBI double in the 7th. And both times he drove the ball to right field.
Look at this.
Going that way again. This time DeLauder tracks it down.
Tell you what,
2 away.
that guy can hit.
He seems to have a pretty good idea what he's doing up there.
No doubt. You check that swing out, and I mean, that's a line drive, and that's why he's their best RBI hitter with runners in scoring position. Boy, he stays on it. He doesn't, and he has great power going the other way.
Watching that replay, you know, Quan, so many hitters had the leg kick. That's not so much as a leg kick as a leg stomp. He gets he stomps that foot down and then bad. Boom, let's go. Here's Gavin Sheets 0 for 4. In there for a strike. It's a fair ball down the right field line into the corner. DeLauder plays it quickly and holds Sheets to a long 2-out single. I'd say Gavin Sheets read the scouting report.
Yeah, it's right by low at first base. Drives it down into the corner for Sheets. Couldn't get into second, though. DeLauder got to that ball in a hurry.
Sung Moon Song is the pinch runner. And picked him off. And that will end the inning. Last chance for the Guardians coming up. down 2. Well, we had a Mazda Manager's Challenge after we went to break. The Padres, for whatever reason, decided to challenge the call at first base, and it was upheld. He was out, so the Padres challenge was for naught. And we will go to the bottom of the 9th inning with the Guardians.
Oh, he got him.
Down 2, but having to face an uphill battle. Well, they didn't go to Mason Miller. Now, I don't know, we don't know what the workload for Mason Miller has been of late. But they've got Bradley Rodriguez. Yeah, that's not a misspelling. That's Bradley. Bradley Rodriguez. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Well, that's one good thing. You don't have Miller in there. So now you're down a pair. So you need a base runner to get that tying run to the plate.
Freddie Fermin has taken over behind the plate. That's interesting after the night that Campusano has had. Everything that he's done to put the Padres in position.
Retired from all them swings. He's
from challenging the ABS system and doing everything you need to do behind the plate and by swinging the bat.
Matt, can you believe this is happening?
Of course. Every game.
Every game.
Ready to go. Brian Arocchio stands in. Fouled right back. Mason Miller. The Padres had the day off yesterday. He last pitched on the 12th against Milwaukee in the series finale.
He's got an arm though. Wow.
Yeah, I mean they have a superb bullpen. I mean that's one of their strengths. So he feels that this guy can go out there and hold that lead, obviously. A reliever himself. He knows what it's like coming out of the bullpen.
It's hit hard and it's off the glove of Ty France. Rocchio's going to go to second. And he's in there to start the bottom of the 9th with a double over the bag. And down that right field line, France got to it, couldn't pull it in. Guardians will bring the tying run to the plate the rest of the inning.
That was an off-speed pitch that he was able to keep the barrel out of the bat down and keep it fair. Look at that. Was that a splitter too? That was down and in, and he goes down and gets it right over the line off the glove of France at first base. And boy, that's a heck of a way to start.
Almost hit the bag too, it looked like.
Looked like a changeup. Yeah. So there you go.
Stephen Kwan, the batter. For what it's worth, Bradley Rodriguez has 12 career saves in the minor leagues. He has never saved a big league game. And a strike is called. Kwan says, I've got a challenge.
The batter is challenged with a call strike.
He's not going to like the result, though. ABS powered by T-Mobile. It's 0-2.
Cleveland has no challenges remaining.
That's outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was his changeup at 93.
That must be nice.
Way outside. Came back with another one, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Another white knuckler down to the wire for the Guardians. It seems like it's a daily ritual. A big chopper on the left side. Bogarts gathers, throws, close play, but he got him. 1 down. Rocchio moves to third.
Now batting for Cleveland, right fielder number 24, Chase Stillwater.
67 times already this year, the Guardians have played a game decided by 2 runs or less, and they're 33 and 34.
Yeah, it's a daily ritual, it seems like.
Chase Stillwater fouling the first pitch off from Bradley Rodriguez. Stillwater 1 for 4 tonight. He was a hitting machine in Motown. He went 7 for 14 against the Tigers. How's that changeup off? 0-2. Angel Martinez waits on deck. He missed again, up and away with that changeup.
Rocchio so far down that line because Machado is well off the bag at third base, and there's not a darn thing that Rodriguez can do.
Checked. Called third strike. Guardians have no challenges left. Chase didn't like it. It was a strike. It was a good pitch. And there are 2 down.
Left fielder number 1, Angel Martinez.
Angel Martinez will be the last hope for the Guardians. Big swing and a miss by Angel.
Let's get a base hit. You got a guy on deck that has 3 hits. Get him to the plate. Keep it going. See if you can get one in.
Angel 0 for 4 tonight. He had a 9-game hitting streak coming in which he has batted over 400. He's down now 0-2. Nice block by Fermin. Angel trying to keep this game alive for the Guardians. He watches one sail wide at 100 miles an hour, and it's 2-2. And that will do it. Well, the Padres stay red hot. They have won 16 times in their last 20 ball games. They go to 66 and 57 on the year. And for the Guardians, once again, a game effort, but they cannot get over into the win column. They lose for the 16th time in their last 21 games as they fall to 59 and 64 on the season.
Yeah, the Padres continued to attack. They had 7 runs in this ball game after Cleveland had an early 3-0 lead. They bounced back, and it's going to be a tough thing to do to try and outslug them.
Yeah, this is not a team you want to try to play home run derby.
You don't
against.
want to go toe-to-toe with these guys on trying to slug the baseball because they've been very good at it. But, you know, it's another 2-run ball game, so they're going to have to come back and fight and try and get one tomorrow.
That's the final. Padres a winner, 7-5. Guardians postgame is next. We'll see you tomorrow night when this series continues here at Progressive Field.